Beautiful.
What kind of flavour would you like?
Have you been issued a microphone and everything, or are you going to use a handheld?
I know I use a handheld, yeah.
Bro. How are we for time? What are we? 12:20.
20 past now.
Okay. That's the official start of the slot. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay. I'll introduce you and we'll bring you straight on. Do you want ice cream, bud?
They had bottles of beer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined now by Geoff Parsons from Basilico, delivering a reputation, success against the might of the big brands. Something that a number of our chefs we've seen here today are independents as well, so I'm sure a very informative piece. Geoff, without any further ado, I'll hand straight over to you. Thank you very much.
Right, I'd like to thank everybody for coming and putting off the opportunity of an early and very long lunch. I'm going to talk today about the last 5 years of Basilico. Basilico was founded in 1998, but not a lot really happened after 2004. The owners at the time were not happy with each other and the company slowed right down. I got involved in 2011, and in the last 5 years we've doubled the number of outlets and we've significantly increased the sales per unit. So how did we do it? Because the market isn't easy. The first thing, absolutely critical, was to find a niche in which to operate. There's some very big brands out there with huge advertising budgets and which mainly promote themselves through price deals. As an independent or a small group, a price-based approach just isn't practical. So we needed a niche. And our niche is wood-fired artisanal pizza. Previously, the company had wood-fired artisanal pizza, but made no point of that in its positioning. It sold itself as essential pizza, and it concealed its wood-fired ovens from the public as a form of secret weapon, which isn't a very useful marketing strategy. So the first thing we did was to place ourselves very clearly as the finest wood-fired pizza. We then needed a USP, and that already existed but wasn't being used. We have a dough which is made with a special blend of flours, and it's specifically designed to give a thin, crispy base which will travel, unlike, say, a Neapolitan pizza where you'll get a floppy outside if you try and ship it to a house. And it's also capable of carrying toppings, so it can be eaten by the piece without folding down and needing two hands. So that was the USP, and we don't just have ordinary dough with that mix, we've also developed a black one. This is vegetable charcoal enhanced for more digestion or more digestibility, and it's an area that we're going to be working on further as we go forwards over the next few years. Having got a USP and a niche, what have we done since? One of the key things, if we want to have premium pricing and separation from the mass market, is to use the highest quality ingredients, authentic ingredients. So what we do is to roast our own red peppers in the oven every day. We don't buy in tins. We want people to know that there's real love going into the product. We slice our own top quality salumi. We don't spread little cut squares over a pizza. we put very serious salumi on our pizzas. We innovate continuously. We want to have a story for our customers. And the story needs to be about quality. So this is our pizza nera. This is, as I said, with vegetable charcoal colouring the base, but with unusual toppings, in this case wild boar salami. This is the pizza zucca. The zucca uses roasted butternut squash as a primary topping, but we also have a venison salami on it. And in innovating, we also want to respond to dietary preferences. So this was September's new product. This is a portobello spinaci, roasted portobello mushrooms, made in each outlet again freshly, and with a series of vegetarian options which we'll continue to develop. Some of these we are making with a salumi and vegetarian toppings, but always offering the opportunity to go down to a vegetarian option, which certainly in the London area is not going to stop. The move to vegetarianism is very, very strong. We feel that to get the best value from our customers, we've also got to add similar quality sides, salads, desserts and wines. And if we add something, we always try and make sure it's as high a quality as the pizza itself. There we're looking at quinoa salad with butternut squash. This is burrata with sun-blushed tomatoes. And we've innovated on the side orders as well. These are pizza twists, which are filled with an olive and tomato tapenade. The gusto di Recco, which uses stracchino, increasingly fashionable in Italy, in two very, very thin pizza bases with fresh rosemary. And lastly, not one for the faint-hearted, this is the pizzetta with Nutella and fresh strawberries. For ice cream, we've avoided any of the large manufacturers. We've gone to a young couple who founded a company called Sorbitium Ices. They do a lot of work with street food. And this is the sea salted caramel. A sorbitium was a concept developed in Italy where they actually made the first ice creams using ice and snow brought down from the Alps. I think Nero was a particular enthusiast. Clearly at the moment, everyone is worried about global warming and CO2, so where it's appropriate, we emphasize green credentials. In our Marylebone unit, we use electric mopeds and electrically assisted pedal cycles for delivery. This is also useful for getting planning consent with a council that has doubts. Our boxes are completely unbranded, apart from a sticker. These boxes are just plain cardboard with a Basilico sticker, so they make for optimal recycling. It's 2016, so clearly we've got to make the best of the internet. We have our own web ordering platform. We're now 70% web orders as far as delivery is concerned, and we're further optimizing the payment support to this particular web ordering platform. We do a lot of e-marketing. We've got 40,000 customer emails, and we'll normally hit these guys once a week. It may be, for example, a prize draw. It may be a prize draw for something artistic, like Tate Gallery membership. It might be a case of Prosecco, or several cases of Prosecco. What we don't do is give money away in e-marketing, because we think the margin structure should be maintained, and if you're using top quality ingredients, you shouldn't be discounting them for half the wheat. If you do, it tends to imply that the ingredients aren't worth that much in the first place. We also blog. We have a weekly blog. There's some examples there. So what makes Basilico so special? That launching the Portobello Spinaci. What's secret about our dough? Only up to a point, because we don't want to give away all the secrets of our dough. A pizza competition, and the history of pizza, explaining about the merits of buffalo mozzarella as a topping. We use best-in-class food photography. We invest in our food photography. We want it to look good on laptops. We want it to look good in printed format. That's the vegetarian. That is the Diavola Infernale, which is a special product designed for the English Friday night market while staying authentically Italian. Nduja, Spianata, fresh chilies, Scotch bonnet chilies, and the option of a sachet of roasted chili flakes for sprinkling onto taste. This is the Buffalo Basilico. This is a classic fresh buffalo mozzarella and roasted cherry tomato product with fresh basil. A chicken Caesar salad. We make smoothies because we want to have drink options which are not standard. So these are made in every outlet. So this pretty much summarizes what we've done. We've identified a niche. We've emphasized a USP. We use the best quality ingredients. We innovate continuously. We develop the product range. We match changed expectations from consumers as they develop over time. We establish green credentials, which is obviously helped by our livery. We exploit the internet, and I can't emphasize how important that is. You've got to do it. You can't just become dependent on other people's platforms, which will cost you a lot of money. We want to project appetite appeal through the photography. And if you do all of that, you get profitable sales and you get sales growth against a very difficult competitive set at the moment. So that's it. I think I've done it in 15 minutes, so I'm now going to take questions.
What department? I see your Basilico a lot of drivers.
Yeah.
What portion of your business is delivery versus in-house?
Jeff, just a second. For the benefit of the audience, could you repeat that question?
So I'm wondering what percentage of your business is in-house versus the delivery.
We're on average 90%. 90% delivery, and it varies from 80% in one or two outlets with a lot of walk by to 5% only, i.e. 95% delivery in the most extreme example.
And do you use all your own drivers, or do you farm those out to deliver?
We hire our own drivers, and we actually provide them with insurance as well. So if there's loss of earnings, they've got 6 months protection.
And you mentioned there also the electrical vehicles that you provide for them too.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have electrical vehicles everywhere. The Marylebone unit's exclusively electrical. We use Pedelecs in other parts of London for short-range deliveries. If you go to further out to Richmond, where the runs are longer, it's clearly not practical.
Is that because that particular store then covers a wider geographical area?
Yeah, I mean, Marylebone obviously is pretty tight. It only goes across to Tottenham Court Road.
You mentioned that you roast things in each outlet, but do you do any central production as well?
We make all the dough centrally in a commissary in E14, actually behind one of our units. We were very lucky to take over what we believe had been a Thai-themed nightclub premises in Commercial Road, which gave us 2,500 square feet at the back for very, very little rent. We make all the dough there, we slice all our salumi there, we have a robotised preserver slicing machine. And that's also the centre for any form of stuff that's distributed in ambient conditions. So that's going to be uniforms. It will become increasingly pizza boxes, and it's also frozen distribution for ice cream.
Can I pick you up on the roasting of your own peppers? Do you do that when in the sort of the downtime, if you like, for the ovens, when it's coming up to temperatures and coming back down again? Is that when you do it?
We do it at the beginning of the day or in the low period, late afternoon.
And also talking about downtime, do you roll all is the dough all rolled, hand rolled within all the stores?
Yeah, the dough is sent out in buckets to the stores. The stores then divide it up and measure it and stretch it individually in each store. So every day we've got a chilled vehicle going around London delivering dough.
What would you say is your biggest challenge that you guys face on a daily basis?
The biggest challenge on a daily basis is making sure the product's absolutely consistent, making sure we've got fully trained chefs that know exactly what they're doing and what's required. And as we've got some franchise units, making sure the franchisees have got fully trained chefs and meet those standards. But our operations manager takes responsibility for the training and the visiting unannounced to make sure it all happens.
So you take on the training in-house and also the QC as well?
All the training's in-house except for health and safety, where we use a consultancy.
Great. Any additional questions, ladies and gentlemen? Geoff Parsons from Basilico, thank you very, very much indeed, sir.
Yeah.